Hi, in the prior video talking about Pega standard customization, we saw that we can create a friendly user interface using Pega out-of-the-box component and the pros and cons of the design style. And in this video, we're going to talk about Pega advanced customization. But what is Pega Advanced Customization? Pega Advanced Customization is the idea of using Pega Enhanced CMS like Joomla or WordPress, customizing out-of-the-box components and create new ones when necessary to improve the user experience at max. So, before the presentation of the customized application, I would like to explain why I choose the theme of the application. We know that Pega has huge customers, banks, government, FBI, insurance companies, and so on. And probably even the EMEIB are working with Pega right now to keep the Galaxy safe. So why not try something different, something cuter? And finally, let me introduce to you the Pegasus School and Pega portal using advanced customization. As you can see, there is a very cute design here, but the focus is not the design, neither the design nor the user experience, but just the customization and the creation of the components. So please do not pay attention to images with low quality and some gaps of design patterns. The idea here is just to show to you how Pega can work as any CMS. So here we have a clickable arrow to scroll down the page and the button to create the case type to start the process of the case. On the top we have the navigation menu with a special customization of the hover effect. As you can see, a very cute hover effect here. And about the header, if you scroll down the page, we can change the size of the header so you can save more space while scrolling down. And the navigation is still working, as you can see. And about the image, the logo, we removed the logo so we can save more space while scrolling down. And here we have some cards, and let me just centralize this. Okay, the cards have the hover effect, change the background color, and the star is moving, as you can see. And in the first one here, we have a model dialog, so let's click on. This is the model dialog with the video of the Pega standard customization. Probably this is the curious model dialog that you know about. Let's close the model. And here we have a slider created with binary file rule. We can interact with the slider using the arrows, as you can see. There is no secret to manage images as binary file with Pega, so the creation of the slider is very easy. And here we have the footer with just social links. And at the corner we have the rocket that appears only when we reach the bottom of the page. And if you click on the rocket, he will bring us back to the top of the page. Let's do it again. I can do this all day. Okay, let's start now the process of the case type. So this is the hardness of the screen flow. The fields of the form are required by default, and if there is an optional field, the optional field is flagged with the optional label. The header is still the same, and here we have the navigation of the screen flow. And to move to the next step, the user has to fulfill all fields to enable the next button. So we don't need out-of-the-box JavaScript pop-up bothering us all the time. And here we have a text input with a floating label. And if you type anything, the progress bar below will increase. And if we delete, the progress bar will decrease because we need to fulfill all required field to proceed to the next step. And this field is required. So let's fulfill the form. Let's type now the last name. Let's select the gender. It's just a radio button. Now the date of birth. Let's select the student grade. After the selection, the label will change to selected grade. Now we have selected grade. And now finally we have the next button enabled, so we can move to the next step. And here we have a drag and drop list to list, but let's talk first about the navigation of the screen flow. The completed one is now green. The current one has an arrow to indicate the current position. And in the next one, the future steps has the dark blue color. As you can see, this screen has a scroll bar, so we can see that the header is still working during the case type process. And the navigation of the screen flow has a fixed position on the screen, so the user will never lose from sight their navigation while scrolling down a screen with a big height. Let's try now the drag and drop. I will pick the history course from the available courses list, and I will drop in this highlighted area here. So we have the history course selected, and to remove the course we can just click on this trash icon. So the history course was removed. And we cannot remove math because it is mandatory. So let's pick the history again. Okay, let's take philosophy. Okay, and now let's take spatial engineering. But no child should study spatial engineering, I guess. So let's drop outside of the highlighted area to not select this course. And to select the course, the user has to drop inside the highlighted area. Otherwise, the course will not be selected. And if the user drops the course outside of the highlighted area, the course will return to their original place, as we can see. So let's pick science now. Okay, we have our desired course selected, so we can move to the next step. Here we have the payment method with some images from the internet. Let's select the credit card. I only have this payment example. It is just a red button. Here we have the credit card form. The fields are linked to the credit card, so while the user types the credit card, images are updated. Let's type the credit card number. If the credit card number starts with 4, the flag will be Visa, and the value of the credit card was updated. And if the credit card number starts with 5, the flag will be MasterCard. Let's change it again. Now we have the Visa flag again. Now we have the credit card number. Let's type now the name of card. Let's type expiry date. finally, the security code. We have the security code here. It isn't good form, but just an idea of customization where the user may reveal the information based on the credit card image. So let's go now to the next step. And here we have the last step of the process, the reveal screen. And instead of presenting a screen with the whole data of the work object, generating vertical scroll or using collapsible layouts, we have a new control here that simulates a flow inside the step where the user may focus on the review of each step one by one. So everything is okay. Let's confirm. The selected course, everything is okay as well. Let's confirm again. Now we have the payment method, everything is okay. We can confirm. As you can see, we have the label now, the confirm and finish, because it is the last step of the flow. So we can finish the case type here, the process of the case type. It's done. We have a new student in the system now. This is the customized conform harness of the flow. Very clean conform harness where we can send feedback to the user saying that everything is okay, and he can now return to the landing page by clicking on the close button or the home button. Let's click on the close button. So that was the presentation of a basic application using Pega Advanced Customization. I hope you have enjoyed it. And now let's talk about the pros and cons of this design style. And finally, let's talk about the pros and cons of this design style. And starting by the advantages, we have the more design options. It means that you will design for Pega as for any CMS like Joomla, Drupal, or WordPress. And if there is a component or effect that you need and Pega do not offer ship it with the product, you will create them to complete your design. And you are not limited by the out-of-the-box component, and you may explore your creativity at max. User experience improved. With more design options and the possibility to create new components, you can improve the user experience by creating a user interface with everything that you need to improve the experience of your users without limitations. And about the disadvantages, we have more development effort. With Pega, we may develop an application quicker than with Java, but if you are writing code for the custom component, it means that you are following the traditional development way, increasing the effort and cost of your project. Mobile version. Pega has out-of-the-box components ready for mobile, but if you are customizing your application with custom components, you must guarantee that they shall work for mobile. Maintenance. A custom component is harder to maintain normally, and system architect may work on out-of-the-box components, but if you have a custom component, maybe you will need a specialized resource to maintain that component and to face problems that out-of-the-box components normally don't have. Low reusability. You probably know how easy it is to work with Pega and reuse components throughout the development, but if you are designing a new component, you should guarantee that your component can be reused in another place to not increase even more your development effort. I hope that now you can understand the pros and cons of this design style. That's all, folks. Thanks for watching and see you soon.